clash of the Titans last night. Lakers, Pelicans, Zion, LeBron, first ever meeting. We hope there are many more because both put on a show. Early in the going, Jalen, ahead of the pack. Right. It's Zion.
Zion using his speed to get out in transition. Little slide step by LeBron. Strong finish at Staples Center.
But on the other side, Jay Will, LeBron not to be denied. And look at the fancy pass from Alex Caruso.
Alex Caruso getting an MVP chance last night, and I love it. LeBron James just showing you once again, don't think about his age. Know that he is one of one. That's LeBron James.
They put on Ric Flair, loved it. Big early in the going. Here's Zion inside. Jalen is just so strong.
He gets offensive rebounds with the best of them in the league. And he goes up with authority, Greeny.
And that's a combination we're going to see a lot of. Lonzo throwing it up and Zion throwing it down. On the other end, though, Drew Holiday, he just can't handle LeBron.
Unfortunately for Drew, he's stuck guarding LeBron James, who's only 6'9", 250 pounds. Didn't get help on the dribble drive. Basket in the foul.
First half, Zion had 17. LeBron had 15. To the third quarter we go. And LeBron was spectacular. A personal 11-0 run in the quarter.
A major advantage for the Lakers. They just dominated the interior. And then once LeBron saw the ball go in, he started to warm up from the outside.
And that three made it an 8-0 run. Then here comes another that will make it an 11-0 run for LeBron.
That's a heat check. A career-high average 6 per game, LeBron James from downtown. He's making them at a hot clip.
A few minutes later, that's the play Jay Williams broke down a little earlier. Zion taking it strong. He would score 29 last night to a good performance, but LeBron James would not be denied.
Again, I feel bad for Drew Holiday. Can somebody get that gentleman some help? He's a point guard playing against LeBron James, who's a power guard.
3-point game in the fourth. This is a good one. Pelicans down 3, but Lonzo going to the hole, and he is rejected by Caruso.
You got to go a little stronger than that, or pump fake, or reverse it. You got to find a way to finish it when you're that close to the rack.
Lakers had 12 blocks on the night. 3 minutes to go. Lakers up 6. Oh.
That's just not fair getting LeBron James out in transition. You see him making the threes. You see him hanging on the rim. He understands that the young understudy's in town to put on a big-time show.
LeBron had 40. Lakers get the win.
He's playing exceptional basketball. I think every game is going to get better and better, just having that experience. I think today's game is a perfect fit for his game. The high pace, the way they play, it fits his game.
I mean, he's an incredible player. Like, I don't know what y'all are understanding about that. He's an incredible player. I mean, he handled business. He came out here and he did what he had to do to help his team get the win.
You know, over the course of a long NBA season, there are certainly some games that stand out for us as fans. Do they stand out for, is this a night that stood out for LeBron? Did LeBron want to put on a show with that kid in there?
Absolutely. Athletes use the cliche that I'm going to approach all games like they're equal. No, they're not. You know when you're playing on national TV. You know when you're going against other marquee names. You know when it's for playoff standings or seedings. Absolutely, LeBron James wanted to put on the show knowing that Zion Williamson was going to be on the other side. Because had Zion had the better game and his team won, you know one of the questions today will be, did Zion have a better rookie season than LeBron? So he just squashed that immediately.
I think we're asking that later in the show. But,
We are.
Anyway,
Buster Douglas.
but when you look at this whole maybe passing of the torch and transitioning of the guard, and that's not a thing that happened last night, but how long are we away from that where maybe Zion does take over as the face of the NBA? Because LeBron is obviously still very secure in that spot.
Well, I think there can be multiple faces of the NBA. I think Luka Doncic is in that conversation. Jason Tatum balled out last night. He had 36. John Moran is in that conversation coming up. So I do think it's inevitable because, you know, Father Time is undefeated. But as of right now, that's why I keep trying to tell people. I think sometimes we take for granted what LeBron James brings to the table each and every night. I mean, he's barely been injured his entire career. For him to put up the numbers he's been putting up this year. And by the way, don't forget, he's the only creator on this team. There's a lot more responsibility on his shoulders like there's been every year for him to do all of it. We're watching something special.
There's some amazing young talents in the league, and Jay named a couple of them. But I want to caution the world on something. It ain't their league yet.
Great.
It belongs to the Greek Freak. It belongs to Kawhi. It belongs to KD. It still belongs to Steph Curry. They're going to have their runs, and they're going to put up their numbers, and they're going to make their all-star games. But they're not going to be championship NBA Finals levels type young players just yet. It ain't their turn just yet.
No, and I know you purposely didn't, but LeBron is the first name on that list, and he is on a championship team. Now, Steph is not this year. The Greek Freak certainly is. I mean, those are the guys who were there. To me, last night felt like it was LeBron making a statement in a way that he really has all season long. He's prioritized winning the MVP. I think he's tracking towards that right now. I know a lot of people would vote for the Greek Freak right now, but I think this was a statement performance for LeBron James.
And see, LeBron James has regular season GOAT type of goals. So he's going to show up understanding that every game that I play gets me closer to the all-time leading scorer, gets me closer on the assist list, and to show up and perform for the fans. And initially, without Zion, it was feed AD against his former team. Now Zion returns, I'm LeBron. I'm taking over, getting a season-high 40 points.
Exactly, and LeBron was dominant, but look, Zion, that was his first taste of L.A. last night, playing against that size of those players like JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard. They're coming, though. The Pelicans are coming. They look like they belong in the playoff conversation.
And I have to admit when I'm wrong. You gentlemen, I'm going to owe you fine tailored suits.
You think
because I believe the Pelicans will get the A spot like you gentlemen predicted.
We got on board, Greeny.
Finally. Damian Lillard is injured for the Blazers. Jaren Jackson
No excuses.
Jr. is hurt.
No. Zion missed more than half the season. There are no excuses. The Pelicans are going to make the playoffs. You're going to owe me a suit. You're going to owe Jay a suit. We're going to look great. It's going to be fabulous.
Tom Ford.
Now toward Jay Williams. How should we be viewing this Bucks team?
Well, first off, I know we get very excited about the Lakers-Pelicans game, but last night's game between these two teams could have been a matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals. From a basketball purist perspective, Nicole, it was incredible to watch. And I don't think the Bucks get the credit that they deserve, okay? They have 50 wins, and it's not even March yet. To fans at home, you may be watching one of the best teams to ever play in the history of the NBA, okay? They could be the third team to get 70 wins. I know people question whether they can actually win an NBA championship, but this team is ranked number 1 offensively and defensively in the league. And by the way, this game was on a night after they beat Washington. The game went to overtime, okay? A back-to-back. They come back and they beat the second-place team in the Eastern Conference on the road. That's how good this team is, and I feel like they need to get more credit.
Okay, the Lakers are also good, and as you said, we're excited about that Lakers team. We're excited to see Zion Williamson and the Pelicans play. The Lakers did beat the Pelicans. LeBron had 40, but I want you to just look at the talent on those two rosters. How do the Lakers compare to the Pelicans at this point?
Not too far off. When you look at Brandon Ingram, when you look at Lonzo Ball, you look at Zion Williamson, they have a lot of talent. They don't have 2 top 5 players in the league like LeBron and AD. They don't have the experience of game management, which I think you saw down the stretch. But from a sheer talent perspective, they can compete with anybody in the Western Conference. That's why I actually think this team is going to have a chance to run for that 8th seed. They have the easiest schedule, according to BPI, out of all teams in the league with the remaining schedule. And Zion Williamson last night, his skill set still has a long way to go, Nicole. But, I mean, still having 28, 29 points just off sheer energy and effort. It's scary to where this team could be if it all comes together offensively and defensively.
We're kind of spoiled, too. We get to see them again. Lakers and Pelicans, they meet again Sunday night, 8 Eastern on ESPN. I need you to
Maybe in the first round of the playoffs, Nicole. Maybe in the first round of the playoffs.
Look ahead down there, too. I need you to hang tight, though, because something...
The kid is special, man. They got a good one in them.
LeBron James in attack mode Tuesday. Season high 40. Did it in ways he hadn't previously with the Lakers. 17 fast break points, most in the game since he joined them. 28 of his points unassisted, his second most in that category with the Lakers. Zion Williamson, 29 points. He did most of his damage with help from his teammates. 7 for 9 when his shot came off a pass. Just 1 for 9 when he did it himself off the bounce. Lakers have a lot of size. They use that to their advantage against Williamson. He posted up just 4 times, second fewest in the game, and he got his shot blocked 5 times, most in the game so far in his career. So let's run it back. They'll do it again on Sunday in the Big Easy. If we're talking Lakers, we're talking to Dave McMenamin. He joins us now on SportsCenter. So first meeting day for LeBron James and Zion Williamson. What did James have to say about Williamson's game?
he was effusive in his praise, and he says that Williamson's game is perfectly suited for the system that the Pelicans play with and also today's modern NBA. All that spacing allows Zion, with that quick, explosive body of his, to get multiple possessions and get the ball in the open court. Now, the fact that LeBron scored 40 against Zion with the entire basketball world watching, I don't think it's an accident. I've seen him go against other rookies in the past several years with a ton of hype. Rookies or young players. I remember when it was in Miami, Jeremy Lin came to town and LeBron and Dwayne Wade wanted to make a statement against him. I also saw when he was playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers going against Lonzo Ball, who became his teammate and he played against tonight. But that was another game that people were circling on the calendars, and LeBron showed out. And it was the same type of effort you saw tonight, totally locked in, and not just playing to win, but playing with a little extra flair in his game. You saw that on the feed he got from Alex Caruso. He rose up and dunked all over Josh Hart, and then another double clutch he had on the fast break on the other end. He knew people were watching, and he wanted to make sure people knew that LeBron in year 17 is still doing some special stuff that first-year rookie can only aspire to.
Yes, 6 in a row for L.A. Now they are rolling to that #1 seed in the West. Dave, we appreciate it. Their meeting Sunday is their final one of the regular season.